What's going on, guys? Jacob Umansky here, and we're coming to you live from Sweetwater Studios. And today I'm going to be talking to you about my collection of Dingwall basses. I started playing Dingwall in 2017, and it just started out with a friendly little email. And I hit up Sheldon, and to make a long story short, they said, "How do you like the color green?" And they told me they had a B-stock NG2 that had the original, square-shaped pickups. Green's my favorite color, so I said, why not? That's kind of the bass that started it all. I thought it was a loaner at first. I remember emailing them asking if I can shave down the nut because we were playing some lower tuned songs with thicker strings, and they're like, "It's yours, you can do whatever you want." When you're a kid, you kind of envision like getting your first free instrument, from a company, and that was kind of that moment for me. I was like, I can keep this, so that was really cool. That bass, I don't know, it just has this mojo that I've played a bunch of other NGs and they're all amazing, but that one, it just gravitates towards me. I don't know if it's the older pickups or just something in the wood, but it's such a ferocious instrument. And for the longest time, it was my go-to recording bass before I got my Z. After that, I got my NG3 6-string prototype. It was NAMM 2018. I had not become a full Dingwall artist yet. I asked them, I said, "Hey, I know you guys have these two basses. Can I borrow one for the rest of my tour?" They were kind enough to let me use it. And once they sent it to me, I was thinking to myself, like, there's no way they're ever getting this bass back. So I kind of just did everything in my power to make sure that I did what I could to keep it. I started making videos for Dark Glass. I started doing, demos for Dingwall with that bass. And sure enough, they were like, "Yeah, you can hang on to that thing for a little while." But it's a really cool bass. It was my main instrument for, I think around 3 years. I love it so much. It's got so much, at this point, it's been around the world with me, and it's got a lot of road rash. But my favorite part about it is on the back of it, it says prototype in Sharpie. I just think it's cool because I think it was supposed to go to a store in Japan, but I never made it there. The next bass that we're going to talk about is my first custom, actually kind of technically my only custom from Dingwall, and it's my Z3X. I remember the next NAMM, I believe it was NAMM 2019, I'd played a Z for the first time, and I remember asking one of the Dingwall salespeople, I was just like, "Hey, what do I need to do to get my hands on one of these?" And they just kindly said, "Email us, we'll talk about it." So I took around 6 months to figure out what exactly I wanted, and I landed on something that was pretty simple, which is, just a black and white chartreuse finish, because I wanted something that was loud and looked really cool, but that I could take on stage, and if it get beat up, I wouldn't be too upset about it. So I landed on this black and white chartreuse finish. I fell in love with the Z neck, the FDV pickups. Once we put that out, everyone kept asking, if that was my signature bass, which kind of got the wheels moving into what would eventually lead to be the prototype we have today. The next bass was kind of a last-minute addition. We were in the middle of recording the new intervals record. A lot of the songs are in drop C, and I needed a bass that kind of sounded identical to the Z3 that I had, but tuned lower with, thicker strings and a new nut. They kind of Frankensteined it out for me, where they took out the preamp, they took out the pickups, they put in FDV pickups like my Z3, they put in the Dark Glass preamp. I had some extra Z3 hardware, so I put on the matte black hardware and knobs. I think I played 5 tunes with it on the new intervals record, and yeah, it's just a stone cold killer of a bass. And this is a prototype. I cannot tell you the name of it yet, but this bass has been years and years in the making. There's a lot of different kind of really small features that we've added to it that I'm very excited about. I got this bass in 2023. We changed a lot of things from the Z. We changed the bridge and some other things that I really can't talk about. But, before you release a bass, before you release a signature instrument, you want to road test it. And I've had this bass now for over a year, and I've, made sure that all the kinks have been ironed out. That it's, truly an instrument that I identify with. I honestly couldn't be more excited for everyone to try this one out. With this bass, we were playing the Wiltern with Spirit Box back in 2023. And this is a prototype for a signature model. And just that alone, I was dying to see it. So I waited all day right until after sound check. And Sheldon and the Dingwall team brought this thing to me, and I was able to use it that night. And it was so cool because, it's a Spirit Box show, so the crowds are kind of a bit more rowdy than ours. So I was curious if Sheldon would stay and watch me use it, and sure enough, I was on stage and I looked down into the mosh pit, and I just saw Sheldon arms folded, with a smile on his face, and it was a really, really cool moment. And so, yeah, this is definitely a really special bass, and as of right now, it's one of a kind, but that will not be the case for long.